Alright kiddos, a lot of you have been having troubles with the challenge activities because they don't have video components attached to them, so I'm going to help you with that. I'm going to do it really fast, so watch it in slow motion if I'm going too fast for you. First off, we need to add a pop effect. So what I've done here, create obj pop, set the sprite to SPR pop, make a new step event. What are we trying to do in the step event? Well, we're trying to make these things disappear. So what we're saying is we want every step to decrease its image alpha by 0.01. Image alpha, of course, is like how transparent something is, essentially. Alright, so we're decreasing its image alpha by minus 0.01 every step. So what are we going to do next? Well, we're going to say that if our image alpha ever gets to a point where it is less than or equal to 0, what we're going to do is destroy it, because we just want it to basically blast away and then fall into a whole bunch of pieces. Up next, we need to make sure that our variables here are changed. So we have speed and direction, much like we have on our other variables. So what we need to do with those things is to basically make them go into random places. How do we do that? Our old friend, the old iRandomRange function. So iRandom_range, and we're going to make the speeds somewhere between 1 and 3. Some of us would call that 2. Next up, directions. So what direction do we want it to go? Well, again, we want it to be random. So iRandomRange. And we want this to go everywhere, so somewhere between 0 and 356. So that's between essentially 0 and right before 0 after it loops around. Cool, so that's our object done. Next thing we're going to do is create a script. Now, I've already made the script right here, but guess what? I'm just going to delete it because I have confidence that I could do this again. So, how do we make a script? Right-click the script box. We're going to hover over create and click script. And now we have a beautiful new script that we're going to name SCR pop effect. And you'll notice that it creates it right here and it renames it right here. This is a new thing. At least it's very new compared to what all the stuff we have on the tutorial are. Make sure you keep this. The declare new function block has to be here in order for your code to work. You do want to make sure that this name matches with this name right here, or else it's not going to run correctly. Alright, so what we want to do with our code is basically make it so we're repeating making that little debris fall around. We want 10 pieces of debris to fall everywhere. So, how do we do that? First off, we're going to look up repeat, drag that over here, and we're going to make 10 pieces of debris. You can make as many as you want, 10, 20, you know what? I'm making mine 25. Alright, after that, we're going to bring in another one of our old friends, create instance, because we are creating these little pieces of debris known as obj pop. We're going to make these relative to the x and y because we want them to spawn directly on top of wherever the object was that just exploded. And that's it. So let's go ahead and close this thing up. And finally, up next, we need to make sure that this script actually triggers. So we have the ability to call the script wherever, so we go ahead and calling it wherever. So let's open up our obj bubble parent, because the first thing we want to do is make it so that every time one of these bubbles hits a gamma ray, it explodes. So we have our destroy instances that we've already set up ourselves. So the next thing we need to do is call upon the script that we made. So we're going to drag an execute script block, click this, and now we found the SCR pop effect. So let's go ahead and run this code and see if I screwed anything up. So far, so good. Looks like I messed something up here. Let's see what it is, kids. So, my pop effect is not like blasting away anywhere. So, I'm betting we can find that in our obj pop event. There might be something weird about this. So they're going in the correct places. The image alpha is decreasing. Here's what I messed up. So I didn't click relative, so it's not doing this in every step. It's just straight up turning it into negative 0.01. So let's run this again. And look at that. Oh, so many explosions because I've made it 25 instead of 10. You can add it as many or as few as you want. Probably don't add too many because you don't want to waste a whole bunch of resources on it. Now, one special thing that I've asked you to do is make it so your player explodes when they get hit by a bubble. So let's see how to do that real quick. So all I had to do was go to OBJ player, check out my collision with the bubble, and I added an SCR pop effect right below the destroy instance blocks. Pretty similar to what we did with the bubbles already. You may be noticing I also called a play audio block over here to make it explode and make a sound. Maybe you should do that if you're trying to get the bonus points. Anyway, that was it. Hopefully this helps you guys out.